Hey there, this is Josh with the Fun Times Guide, and today we're going to go through a box of dimes. Now, I must say I've gone through a lot of different vessels of coins before, but never a box of dimes. The story behind this one is very intriguing. My sister-in-law happened to find this box of dimes going through a storage unit, and neither she nor I have any idea what's inside. My hope is to locate some silver dimes, maybe an off-center dime or other kind of error, or a variety like the 1982 mint mark Roosevelt dime. I'd be even happy to find like some world coins, like a Canadian dime or other dime-sized but non-US coin. So we'll see. Let's go ahead and dive in and check out this box of dimes together. Let's go ahead and consider a couple tools that we'll need on this journey. The first thing here is a coin scale. Now, as you see, we have two digits on here. The one on the left provides whole gram readouts, okay? The one on the right is a 1/10 of a gram readout. Now, why is that important? Why not just get a scale that has just one readout? 2 grams, 3 grams, 4 grams, you name it. Well, in the case of US silver dimes, they weigh on average 2.5 grams, whereas a clad dime weighs 2.27 grams. Now, you might say, okay, well, if that's the case, then a scale that provides a integer readout only will round up the silver dime from 2.5 to 3 grams, whereas the clad dime is rounded down from 2.27 to about 2 grams. That's great if every dime weighs exactly what it's supposed to weigh, but that's not the case. First of all, consider if there is wear, and wear will actually remove metal from a coin's surface and thus lower its weight. But also you have something called tolerances, and tolerances are legally allowed variances in the weight of a coin. For the case of silver dimes, the standard weight is about 2.5 grams, but on the low side, an uncirculated silver dime can weigh as little as about 2.43 grams or as much as 2.62 grams, whereas a clad dime can weigh as little as about 2.17 grams up to 2.35 grams. So even in the case of a silver dime, you might still have basically a false negative where the scale tells you, if it's a scale that has only integer units, let's say that dime weighs 2.49 grams. It could be a totally normal silver dime, but still get rounded down to 2 grams. Now, we do know that silver dimes in the US were produced up through 1964, whereas clad dimes started in 1965. So you could say, well, okay, if you know what year the dime is, you can tell if it's silver or clad. But again, it's not that easy. There's actually one very valuable and very rare error among 1965 dimes, which were supposed to be clad dimes, but a few actually were made on leftover silver planchets. So there actually are a few 1965 silver dimes, and for that you want a scale that provides readouts in both the whole integer units and 1/10 of a gram units. Along with that, we also have here a coin loupe, which is a coin magnifying glass. This provides magnification up to 10x. It's a great level for looking for little errors and varieties like die cracks or like trying to discern the mint mark in the case of a blobby mint mark, which could happen through wear or die deterioration or something like that. So we'll need both of these tools to help get us through this journey here on this box of dimes. And as you see here, this box of dimes is probably like a quarter, maybe a third full. I am hoping that this yields at least 1 or 2 interesting finds. I have no clue what's in here, so we'll discover together exactly what's going on. And again, this is from an unsearched storage unit, and this is the dime you saw run off. It landed inside the scale's little lid here. Oh, okay, here's our first little surprise. We have a 1992 Lincoln cent. Ooh, now this is actually a good year for varieties. Why is that? Because of the very popular close AM variety. Now, what you're looking for in the close AM case, if I can find the coin, is you're looking to see if the bases of the letters A and M in America touch. Now I can tell, hang on a minute here, I don't know if you can see this well or not. Oh my gosh, okay, that's probably pretty good. You can tell there's a space at the base, or bases of the A and M. Yeah, this is, there we go. Okay, if the bases of the A and M were touching, this would be a coin worth potentially thousands of dollars. Both 1992 Philadelphia, which has no mint mark, And the 1992 Denver, or D mintmark, is known for that variety. And unfortunately, this is just a regular spend-worthy Lincoln cent. But do keep an eye on your 1992 Philadelphia no mintmark and D for Denver Lincoln cents to see if they have the close AM variety, which again, where the base of the A and M are appearing to touch each other. So that's a coin worth spending right there. Oh, we have another penny in here. 1961 Denver penny. So this is just, I don't see any signs of any errors or varieties here at all. It is a copper penny though. That's what I call a copper keeper. These are worth 3 to 4 cents just for the metal value alone. And here's a good opportunity to show you how these scales work. So a copper penny weighs spec about 3.1 grams. They can go from like 3 grams, 3.2 grams. Like a heavily worn copper penny can weigh 2.9 grams. We'll see if this scale provides a readout of 3.2 grams from 3.1. So it's basically a standard weight copper penny. Whereas a zinc penny weighs 2.5 grams, as it should. However, if this scale provided just an integer readout, both this zinc dime and this copper penny would yield a 3-gram readout due to rounding. Okay, so this is why I always say if you're going to buy a coin scale, buy the right kind and purchase one that has at least 1/10 of a gram readout. This is very important for telling apart 1982 copper and zinc pennies, the 1982 D small date copper penny, which is a very rare variety, versus the zinc iteration, which is basically worth face value. But I'm glad that these two pennies were here so I can show you why I think a scale like this is so important. Having said that, let's continue our journey here through dimes, which I think this is all we have now are dimes. And so far, I don't see any. Oh, we have a nickel. What's this nickel? It is a 1976D nickel. There's no silver in this. I don't see any signs of any errors or varieties. So this is a spend-worthy coin. So far we have 6 cents in coins that my sister-in-law can use as pocket change, and a 3 to 4 cent copper penny. We have another penny. This is a 19, oh my gosh, what year is that? Ugh, can't even tell. Let's get our handy dandy loupe out here and see what it says. It's a 19, you probably can't tell on your side there. 96 penny though. I don't know if you can tell or not. I'm trying to get this so you can see here. Oh my gosh, the glare is just not behaving with me at all. But it is a 96 penny. It's a zinc penny and it is spend worthy. So now we have 7 cents of spending money and 3 to 4 cents of copper. All right, so we have here some dimes that are discolored, like this, what is this, 1984 Philadelphia dime. A lot of folks asked me about their, speaking of dirt, by the way, pardon the dirt in my fingers, I'm not only a coin collector, I'm also a gardener. So despite trying to clean up, unfortunately, sometimes my gardening hobby lingers into the next day. So this time here, which I could see some folks asking about because, oh, it has this weird rim error and it's dark. It must be a valuable error coin. Well, it's not. That is a ding. That is simple damage to the rim. And this coin is probably exposed to the elements, maybe dirt, maybe some sulfurous fumes. This is just a discolored, damaged dime, and it's worth face value. So put it over here in our spend-worthy column. We have here another corroded. This is a corroded dime here for sure. My gosh, let's get our loupe out and make out the year. 1977. Again, I don't know if you can see what I'm seeing here on my end, but the light is just not working well at all. It's 1977 dime. It is also worth face value. It is corroded. It has some post-mint damage. It's a corroded dime. That's all it is. We have here a 1983 Denver dime. See that? Okay, now in this case, I'm I guess this angle is really good for close-up shots. I could see some folks saying or asking me, wow, this is kind of an interesting looking dime. It has some darker coloration on it. It looks like silver. Well, we'll weigh it and double check and see, but there are no known silver 1983 dime errors. We'll go ahead and put it on the scale just to show you this is a clad dime. Let's see here. Yeah, 2.3 grams. It is a clad dime with what looks like some antiquing, maybe, which is not. It's just wear. It's just the color that this coin's picked up over 40 plus years of circulation. All kinds of elements can impart darker colors, or in this case, like a silvery gray color that some might think means a coin is silver. This is why I always, and I've been 30 plus years in the hobby, I will always and only do coin roll, coin box, coin jar searches like this using a coin scale. So I can rule out any possibility this is a silver dime or some other kind of off metal error. That goes over there. We have here another discolored dime. This is a, what year and mint mark is this one? This is a, let's see, 1997 Denver. And this is just a discolored dime. I mean, I've seen so many coins like this. You know, they look unusual. Some might think that they're an error or worth a lot of money or some off-metal value, valuable off-metal error. But we'll show you here on the scale. This is just a regular clad dime. Oh, you know what I did? I made this part of the tare weight, so I got to go ahead and restart the coin scale, of course, without it on there. And it's a 2.3 grams dime. This is a regular clad dime. We'll put it in the spend-worthy column. All right, as we go through further here, I'm looking for any signs of, I don't know, anything weird or unusual. My first goal is looking for any blatant errors and varieties. I'm going to turn them all over here to the obverse, just to see here what's going on. It all, first of all, I can tell these are all, as far as I can tell you here, all U.S. dimes. So no Canadian dimes, no Mexican pesos or whatever. These are all U.S. dimes. And looking at this here, and I can pretty much tell you a silver dime from a clad just by color alone. These look like they're all clad dimes, which I expect. Getting harder and harder to find, unless you, like in this case, it was like a really old storage unit that my sister-in-law was going through. Generally, it's getting harder and harder to find silver in random coin boxes and random coin collections like this. I am curious as to why these are all dimes. Was the person who put this away a dime collector, or were they sorting out coins by denomination? I have no idea on the story behind that. It's nevertheless a very cool, I love doing this. It's a cool way to enjoy coin collecting. So, I think we've turned over, well, not quite all of them yet. Hang on a minute. That one, 1977. Let's see, these all turned over. Now, I see a few over here with the torch, reverse. Okay, now I think these are all obverse up, or as some would say, heads up. Let's get a closer look here at what's going on. Do we see anything that stands out here? Any interesting dates or whatever? I mean, these are all, run of the mill. I do see 1965 dime. See it right here? Now, right, yeah, 65. This I can tell is a clad dime because, first of all, the color screams clad. You see here on the edge, the copper center for the copper nickel clad composition. We'll weigh it just so you can see that this is in fact a clad dime. But I can tell you right now, this is a regular clad dime worth face value. It's circulated. Nothing stands out about it, at least on the obverse side. I mean, reverse looks normal too. We'll weigh it. Let's see, 68 Denver, 2001, 1970, 76, 77, 85, 91. Looking for 82 dimes. This one's a little off center. Not by a whole lot. It's probably a misaligned die. That's kind of cool. I'll hold it aside just because there is some minor collector interest in coins like that, even with the minor off-centers and die alignment issues. There's a collector base for that, so we'll hold it aside. 1979, 1969 Denver. I'm looking for any 82s just to see if we have any no mint mark errors on those. And people have found, valuable errors and varieties like that in circulation. So that's why it does pay to go through, change jars and such. 1967, it's circulated, but it's older these days. Here's kind of another minor sort of off-center error. You can see the rim is much heavier on the left than the right. I'll hold it aside. It's such a minor off-center. I don't think it would be worth anything for premium, but I'll let my sister-in-law decide that for herself. If she wants to go, pursue any kind of premium on that. 19 was a 72, normal year, normal strike. I'm finding that's a 69 Denver, no 1982s at all. I guess somebody plucked through the 82s in this collection here, in this box, which I understand. I get it. I would do the same thing. I'm trying to do the same thing right here, as you see. So, yeah, this is pretty much spending money, it looks like. 81 Philadelphia, so not 82. But this is a 19, was this? This is the same one I came across before, the 69 Denver. This is a clad error coin, and it has some light wear, actually some moderate wear. So it's a regular spend-worthy dime. It's worth face value. Going through one more time just to make sure I'm not missing anything. They say in carpentry, measure twice and cut once. And I'll apply it here to numismatic terms. Look twice and be sure of your spending money once. Because you don't want to spend by accident some kind of cool rarity or error or variety or what have you. Is that 2003 Philadelphia? Yeah. Well, you know what my sister-in-law has here is a bunch of spending money, which is pretty cool for her. 70, I saw that one earlier, 77, 1970, 92, 68 Denver. Well, there you have it. We have here, okay, so just to kind of recap what we did, this is all spending money right here. This is all spending money. It's held aside because it looked different, or we had pennies or nickels. This is a regular clad dime, 83 Denver. It looks different. It looks like silver, but it's not silver. We saw in the scale, it's not silver. This is just a darkly toned, discolored 1997 Denver dime. This is a heavily corroded, what year did we say this was again? I'm forgetting now. Oh yeah, 1977 dime. I can't even tell if it has a mint mark or not on it. I don't think it does. But anyway, it's worth face value. 92 pennies worth face value. The 1996 pennies worth face value. 76 Denver nickels face value. We do have probably the best keeper, best find of all in this whole box. Isn't even a dime. It's this 1961 Denver penny, which is copper and worth 3 to 4 cents. And then we have over here the slightly, I mean very slightly off-center dimes. This 1997, what was that? P right there, or I'm sorry, a 91p dime and 1996, right? Was that right? I'm forgetting now. Hang on a minute. Let's get our facts straight here. 1990, sorry, Philadelphia dime. These are very, very slightly off center. You might get a buyer who would find that interesting and pay a small premium. So these, I would say, are the keepers from this whole box of coins right here. This 65 dime, as we weighed, is a regular clad dime. It is not a silver 1965 dime off metal error or transitional error. So that's what we have. My sister-in-law is probably maybe 10 bucks richer, 8 bucks richer for it. Not counting maybe the little premiums here on the copper penny and the 2 off-center dimes. So there you have it. This is pretty fun. You know what? Nothing major is found in this box of dimes. It's still a lot of fun to go through because of course, the thrill of the search. you know what you're gonna find in something like this. And we actually did land a couple, or I'd say a few, 3 here, few novelty pieces. I mean, again, a copper penny, a couple of very minor off-center dimes, and then some cool pieces we're talking about with the corroded dimes and the darker dime there, which we could say look like silver, which of course we know it's not due to the scale. But this is a typical, I would say anyway, in my experience, a typical change jar or change box in this case, search session. You get a few keepers and a bunch of spending money. I'd love to know if you've gone through boxes of dimes or other boxes of coins before and what you found. Let me know in the comments below. Or if you happen to see something on this video that you wanted to ask me about, drop me a question below. I'll be happy to answer it. If you like the video, please like it and share it. And thank you for watching this video. This has been Josh of the Fun Times Guide, wishing you very happy coin collecting. Take care. Till next time.